We are doing vessels of
the circulatory system, the flat model number 3.
Starting with the arteries, we have the brachiocephalic trunk,
Brachiocephalic trunk,
the common carotid artery, number 18,
common carotid artery,
internal carotid artery,
internal
18A, isn't it?
18A.
the external carotid artery,
I don't think it shows.
the subclavian artery,
Subclavian,
the pulmonary trunk,
pulmonary trunk.
the aorta, the ascending aorta,
This is the ascending aorta,
the arch,
aortic arch, and the descending aorta.
And then the thoracic aorta or the abdominal aorta?
yes.
This is the abdominal, thoracic, or descending aorta.
So the thoracic aorta is a continuation of, is another name for descending aorta. And then once it goes through the diaphragm, it becomes abdominal aorta.
Ah,
Okay.
We have the celiac trunk,
celiac trunk.
61,
Which is off of the abdominal aorta. It's the first thing to come off the abdominal aorta once it goes through the diaphragm.
and has 3 branches. First is the splenic artery, 66,
Goes to the spleen,
the common hepatic artery, which is 61,
goes to the liver,
and the left gastric artery is 67.
goes to the stomach,
The superior mesenteric artery, 65.
goes to small intestine,
The renal artery.
goes to kidneys.
The gonadal artery is not displayed, but it would be in that area. The inferior mesenteric artery, 69.
Goes to large intestine and colon.
The common iliac artery.
In the human, there's a common iliac artery. In the cat, I don't think there is.
The external iliac artery, 73. Internal iliac artery, 75. The femoral vein, 78.
Wait, femoral artery or vein?
Femoral artery, sorry. The popliteal artery,
Which is behind the knee.
yes.
Beautiful.
The axillary artery,
Back up to the arms.
and the brachial artery, 24.
So the subclavian artery goes into the axillary artery in the armpit and then into the brachial artery.
So ulnar artery,
Ulnar artery,
the radial artery,
radial artery.
and the vertebral artery.
Vertebral artery is part of the brain and not shown on this model.
The basilar artery,
Oh, was that on here? Is there a number there?
Basilar, those are all part of the brain.
Right.
okay. So circumfluous. Moving on to veins, we have the superior vena cava,
Superior vena cava,
the inferior vena cava, 63,
inferior,
the brachiocephalic vein,
brachiocephalix, where it branches.
the vertebral vein,
That's part of the brain.
the internal jugular vein,
Big chunky guy.
10.
the external jugular vein,
I don't believe it's shown on this model.
the axillary vein,
Axillary is right here.
the cephalic vein,
Most lateral of the arms.
22,
Phallic.
And it goes all the way down.
It just goes all the way down to here.
the basilic vein,
Basilic is right here.
and the brachial vein,
Brachial actually cuts off right here.
the median cubital vein,
Not shown or labeled on here, I should say, but this is probably it.
the pulmonary veins,
Pulmonary veins. They're red because they've been oxygenated by the lungs, coming back to the heart.
To the left atrium.
the hepatic veins,
Hepatic veins,
59,
59. Let's see, right here.
the renal vein,
Renal vein,
The common iliac vein.
Common iliac. 72.
The external iliac vein. So, the internal iliac vein. The femoral vein.
Femoral vein. Right here where it cuts off to show you the deep femoral vein.
And the great saphenous vein.
Great saphenous goes down here past the knee all the way to the ankle.
Lastly, the popliteal vein.
Popliteal vein, not really shown on here, but it run right along the popliteal artery.
Cut.